This is Energized, a podcast about simple ways you can improve your energy. I'm Dina Savitz, a naturopath, personal trainer and wellness coach with 14 years experience working with a wide range of clients to help improve their health, fitness and overall energy. Hello and welcome to this week's Energized episode. Thank you so much for joining me. This week I'm talking about social media and its effects on energy levels. So energy is something that we all crave, we all want. We all want to know what's the magic bullet, what's the thing that is going to give us more energy, and what's something that might be depleting our energy. So this week I thought I'd go down a bit of a rabbit hole talking about social media, some things that are good about social media and how it might be something that is draining your energy at the moment. And I'm going to encourage you to have a look at the way you use social media. And perhaps it might be time to decrease some usage on social media and see how it affects your energy levels. So just before I start, my general health disclaimer: while I'm a qualified naturopath and personal trainer, anything I talk about in this episode is general in nature. If you'd like individualized advice, you can jump on my website, dinasavitz.com, and book in for a consultation. So, social media. I would probably say that it's a total energy drainer. It's addictive. We know that. We know that we get a dopamine hit each time we pick up our phone and jump on any type of social media platform, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. LinkedIn is also considered to be social media. Whatever it is that you like to scroll, it's addictive. So I've got a question for you. Are you a social media stalker? Do you jump on the socials, whatever your favorite platform is? Me personally, it's Instagram I like to hang out on. And do you scroll? Does that thumb just scroll that screen constantly? Or do you use it as a social platform? Do you socialize on it? Are you someone who responds to people's posts? Do you comment on people's posts? Do you message people? Or do you tend to just scroll? Are you following accounts that inspire you to be a better person? Or do you follow unrealistic figures whose daily highlights might make you feel bad about yourself? And my last question for you is, do you ever take time off from social media? There's more and more research that's being done on the effects on mental health of social media. It can actually lead to lower quality sleep and can harm mental health. Now, I know I started with the negative effects or harmful effects of being addicted to social media, but I will say that there are definitely benefits. So if you are someone who uses it to be social and you have some, time limits around the time that you're going on your phone or on the computer on whatever social media channel that you like to hang out on, then there's definite benefits. You can see pictures of friends who are overseas. We can catch up on people's lives without having to constantly be in touch, which obviously can take up a lot of time. So personally, I have a lot of friends who live overseas, so I get to see pictures that they post and see what's going on in their life. I also use social media a lot for my business. So Instagram especially, I enjoy sharing some health tips on my own profile and communicating with other health professionals on there. And I do tend to follow a lot of other health accounts who I find to be inspiring or I like to learn things from. So yeah, that's my question for you is, are you following people who inspire you, or are you following people who post unrealistic things? Because the thing about social media that we have to remember is that it can be an energy drainer, both physical and mental energy drainer. So when you're looking at other people's, at a tiny snapshot of someone else's life, it can mentally fatigue you. You can think, oh, why? You can go down the comparisonitis trap where you are comparing your life to a tiny little snapshot of someone else's life. So instead of talking, I'm not a negative person, and I don't like to focus on things that are negative and can bring you down. I thought I would talk about what you can do to protect your energy when it comes to social media. So I've got 5 tips. My first one is to set time limits. So if you have an iPhone, and I'm pretty sure other phones would have this as well, I just tend to be an Apple user. So I know that I've set it up for myself on my iPhone, and I've got a time limit on the amount of time that I can spend on Facebook and Instagram per day. And sometimes it surprises me when it comes up and says that I've already spent that amount of time, or I have 5 minutes left, and other times I never reach it. But setting time limits on social media, I found, has really helped me control the amount of time that I spend on there, and just puts that extra boundary in place. So I go, oh yeah, that's right. Okay, I've obviously spent too long on there today. I need to protect my energy. And yeah, there's that limit there. My second tip that I recommend you do to protect your energy is not to be a stalker. So use the time that you do spend on social media to interact with people, because it's meant to be social. It's not meant to be stalker media. You're not meant to be looking on it at just other people's highlights of their lives and not responding. Use the time when you are on there to socialize, to respond to people's stories, to comment on things, to, wish someone happy birthday. I definitely think that's a benefit of Facebook, is that it reminds you of people's birthdays, or lets you know of someone's birthday. So yeah, that's my second tip, is not to be a stalker. Try to use the time to be social and interact with people, because when you interact and you ask other people questions or you comment on their posts, then you're actually giving something and doing something nice, rather than just taking or consuming the posts that are up there. My next tip to help you protect your energy is to put some extra boundaries in place. So that could be leaving your phone in another room. If you know, especially at night, that you tend to pick up your phone and you can waste a good 20 minutes just scrolling aimlessly. So making sure that you have that extra boundary there by putting it into another room, or, as I mentioned with my first tip, to set up those extra boundaries on your phone so that you're not spending that much time on social media. My fourth tip is to get out in nature. And so say you're going out for a walk, leave your phone at home. Now, this doesn't help if you want to listen to a podcast on the go. However, what you could do is download the podcast and then pop your phone on airplane mode. So then if you go out for a walk, all you're doing is popping your headphones in, and you're not, you don't aimlessly scroll or find yourself aimlessly or, distracted by social media. And my fifth tip for what you can do to protect your energy is to have days off from your phone. Now, I know this is a really hard thing to grasp, but I actually do this once a week. I have one day where my phone is off, and it is for religious reasons, because I keep Shabbat, which is lasts for 25 hours from sunset Friday, until the sun has gone down completely on Saturday. And I turn my phone off for those 25 hours. And this month actually has a few more Jewish festivals in there in the month that also requires me to turn my phone off. But I really enjoy it. And, at some weeks it can be difficult, but the renewed energy that I feel after having 25 hours without my phone or without that distraction from everyday life is immeasurable, really. So that being said, talking about how being on your phone constantly or constantly addicted to social media, even if you don't feel like you're addicted, being on social media a lot during the day can really have a negative effect on your energy levels. So this week, I'm actually taking a break from my herb of the week because I'm not spending that much time on my phone on social media. As I mentioned, it's a month of lots of Jewish festivals in which I do tend to turn my phone off, but it's also school holidays. So I'm spending a lot more time with my son, who is in year K. So it's nice to have him not on his screen doing his online schooling because we're still in lockdown. So it's nice to see him away from the screen. And I also don't want to be locked and looking constantly at my phone and at my screen. So there is no herb of the week this week, but if you do want to spend some mindful time on social media as opposed to mindless, then you could go back through my previous herb of the week posts on my Instagram page at Dina Sabbats and learn about the herbs over there. All right, that's all I have to say for this week. I hope that you found something that inspires you to try to reduce your social media intake and that you notice an effect on your overall energy levels. Have a beautiful week, and I'll be back in your ears next week.